Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10 of the beat Hong Kong tourist spots you must visit in 2022. So make sure to watch the full video. In this video, we will have a look at some of the most famous Hong Kong tourist spots. Many people think of Hong Kong, HK, as nothing more than a metropolis and banking center. This is undoubtedly true, but there is an awful lot more to the territory. Hong Kong stretches from the new territories which border mainland China, to Hong Kong Island in the south, which is where the city itself is located. The whole territory encompasses many mountains, national parks, and green areas, making it the perfect place for lovers of the outdoors. It is home to some of the finest food in the world. From Michelin-starred restaurants to street food, there is something to suit every wallet and palate. But before we start our list of best tourist spots in Hong Kong, attractions, and some lesser-known places to visit, it's important to talk about travel costs. Hong Kong is famous for not being a budget-friendly destination, and well, as much as it is true, there are a lot of places to go in Hong Kong that won't cost you a fortune. And even better, there are ways to save money while visiting Hong Kong. Now let's get back to our list of Hong Kong landmarks and activities you must do when visiting this incredible destination. Each suggestion is packed with information and tips to enjoy the area and interesting spots nearby. Read this guide carefully, and depending on your trip length, or if you are traveling with family or friends, you can visit all the spots and even have loads of fun at Hong Kong Disneyland or go on a Hong Kong-Macau trip. 1. Victoria Harbour and the Star Ferry. Of all the Hong Kong tourist spots, Victoria Harbour is probably the most well-known. This iconic waterway separates the Kowloon Peninsula from HK Island and can be seen from most of the city and beyond. The Star Ferry crosses the harbor every 10 minutes from 6:30 to 23:30 every day, typhoons notwithstanding, and is one of the best ways to see Hong Kong. The crossing takes just 8 minutes and the ticket price is $3 Hong Kong dollars. This is a pretty busy spot as many city tours start or stop by here. Talking about tours, they are a good way to visit some of the popular tourist attractions and learn about HK's interesting history. Below are a few options for Hong Kong private tours or group activities. 2. Victoria Peak. Victoria Peak is the highest point on Hong Kong Island and is the place to go for spectacular views of the city and surrounding nature. There are many walking paths, popular with joggers, that crisscross the peak and culminate at one of the many panoramic viewpoints. One of the best ways to get to the peak is to take the Peak Tram, a funicular railway that has been running for over 100 years. As of July 2021, it is currently being upgraded, but buses head to the peak from Central Pier every 30 minutes, and it's also possible to walk/hike up from the city center. 3. Lantau Island. If you want to experience the wilder side of Hong Kong, then head to Lantau, the city's largest island. It's easily reachable from the city center by MTR and Ferry. Pier 5, 30 minutes, and makes for a perfect day trip from Hong Kong, a break from the hustle and bustle of the downtown area. Yet more than these two main attractions, Lantau Island also offers other fun things to do, including hiking multiple trails and outlet shopping at Tung Chung. Drop by the little town of Discovery Bay where many expatriates live. You'll be greeted with fresh, clean air, since cars are not allowed in the area. A laid-back atmosphere and many international restaurants and bars for those who prefer a change of cuisine. Central Lantau has a mountainous terrain, and apart from hikers and visitors to the Po Lin Monastery, it is largely left to nature. There is one windy road which crosses the island and another which follows the south coast. This links the ferry terminal at Mui Wo, Silvermine Bay, to the old village of Tai O, with its stilt houses, makers of prawn paste and history of smuggling. 4. Ngong Ping 360 Cable Car. The Ngong Ping cable car travels between Tung Chung near Hong Kong International Airport on the northern coast of Lantau Island to Ngong Ping in the mountains. Ngong Ping is home to two famous Hong Kong attractions, namely the Tian Tan Buddha and Po Lin Monastery. Both have a free admission fee. The cableway stretches 5.7 kilometers across the central Lantau Hills and the journey time is 25 minutes. The cable car price varies. A one-way trip costs from 160 Hong Kong dollars and a return costs 235 Hong Kong dollars. There is the option to upgrade to a crystal cable car with a transparent floor. You can get your Ngong Ping cable car ticket in advance here and skip the line, which is smart and handy. Another option is to buy the Lantau Island Pass here, which includes the NP 360 cable car and the Taiyao Day Pass. With this ticket, you can enjoy the area from the sky, land and even by boat. 5. Tian Tan, Big Buddha. Lantau is home to the famous Big Buddha, a giant statue overlooking the bays, islands and jungle of the South China Sea. You can reach the Buddha and nearby Po Lin Monastery by cable car from Tung Chun, MTR, or by bus from anywhere on the island. Lantau also has two of the highest peaks in the territory, Lantau Peak, 934 meters, and Sunset Peak, 869 meters. They may not be the biggest mountains in the world, but the hike to the top of each is pretty grueling, especially in the tropical heat, but worth it for the stunning views. If you are up for an early challenge, climbing the Lantau Peak to watch the sunrise is an unforgettable activity, and definitely a unique thing to do in Hong Kong. You can book a private hiking adventure here, as going by yourself can be risky if you are not familiar with the area and are not an avid hiker. If you don't feel up to one of the peaks, then the hike between Mui Wo/Silver Mine Bay. And Discovery Bay is a nice easy trek that takes in some fantastic views and an old monastery. 6. Tsim Sha Tsui. Tsim Sha Tsui is a bustling district of Kowloon that sits across the harbour from HK Island and is one of the major tourist spots in Hong Kong. Here you can find some of the best shopping, bars and restaurants in the city, as well as cheap and delicious street food. Walk along Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade and you will pass by the Avenue of Stars to the Bruce Lee statue and take in the incredible views across the harbour. In this area, there are many popular attractions such as the Tsim Sha Tsui Clock Tower. The Hong Kong Cultural Center, the Hong Kong Space Museum, and the city's Museum of Art. At nighttime, the Tsim Sha Tsui waterfront is the place to be to watch the Symphony of Lights, a permanent light show that brightens up the whole Victoria Harbour. If you have free time, from Tsim Sha Tsui get a metro or go for a 30 minutes walk to Mongkok, another interesting area in Kowloon City. Mongkok is famous for shopping with a wide array of cheap electronics, the ladies' market, the flower market, and Fa Yuen Street with a wide range of sneakers and sports stores. Nearby is the Temple Street Night Market, one of HK's major attractions. 7. Cheung Chau Island. Cheung Chau is a tiny island close to Lantau that is the home of a picturesque fishing village and a couple of pleasant sandy beaches. It is definitely one of the most popular Hong Kong places to visit, so try and avoid coming on weekends or during holidays. That being said, Cheung Chau is definitely worth a visit. It's one of the best places to take a stroll with an ice cream or dipping into one of the many fresh seafood restaurants along the front. The island has quite a bohemian feel compared to the rest of the city and should be on the list of any serious sightseer. Boats from Central Pier 5 leave every 30 minutes and the crossing takes under an hour. 8. The Dragon's Back. The Dragon's Back is one of the easier hikes and a favorite Hong Kong tourist spot, also favored by locals. After an initial steep ascent, the trail meanders across rolling hills to Shek O Peak with sweeping views over the Diagular Peninsula. The start of the trail is a 30-minute bus ride from the city center. For those who don't want to hike on their own, here is a Dragon's Back hiking tour you can join. The majority of the trail is on a flat ridge nicknamed the Dragon's Back, perfect for anyone traveling in Hong Kong with kids and looking for some outdoor activities in nature. Because of its somewhat remote location, the MTR doesn't reach the trailhead of Dragon's Back. Hikers will have to take the MTR to Shao Kaiwan MTR station and then transfer to the bus number 9, eventually getting off at the TAIWAN bus stop. To return to where you came from, there are buses departing from Big Wave Beach towards Shao Kaiwan. 9. Stanley. Stanley is a small village on the southern tip of HK Island. This is the place to go for water sports such as windsurfing on one of the village's small sandy beaches. There is a street market and plenty of little restaurants dotted around the peninsula. Buses from Central Station go back and forth all day and stop by Deepwater Bay and Repulse Bay, both excellent swimming spots. Another option is the Hong Kong Hop-on Hop-off sightseeing tour bus. They have 3 hop-on hop-off lines and the green one passes by Stanley. Stanley has many bars and restaurants on its waterfront along Stanley Main Street. To the west of Stanley Main Street, past the amphitheater and Stanley Plaza is the Tin Hau Temple, Temple of the Queen of Heaven. Built by Chung Po Tsai in 1767, it is one of the oldest temples in Hong Kong. 10. MacLehose Trail. The MacLehose Trail is located far from the city in the New Territories and offers some of the best hiking and most idyllic beaches in the whole territory. It's not super easy to get to, but therein lies the beauty. If you go on a weekday or out of season, you can live out that Robinson Crusoe fantasy on palm-lined white sandy beaches surrounded by lush greenery. After a day hiking, swimming, or relaxing in pristine nature, head to nearby Sai Kung Fishing Village for some freshly caught seafood washed down with a crisp glass of wine. As we are talking about hiking and outdoor activities, it is good to remember that you should always have travel insurance. Especially if you are up to some adventure here and there. Here are 3 trustworthy and worldwide travel insurances: World Nomads, Safety Wing, and Hey Mondo. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.